We're Ashley and Christian, and we started traveling together in March of 2017 and haven't stopped since. After visiting over 30 countries across 4 continents, we've become hooked on seeing, tasting, and trying new things. Being pushed out of our comfort zones while traveling has inspired us to set a crazy goal of visiting every country in the world. We are starting our day in Lauterbrunnen, which is known as the Valley of 72 Waterfalls. We are not going to see them all today because that's a lot of waterfalls, but there is a very specific one you can see right there that we're going to go up to first. This one has these nice little fountains all over the country where you can just fill up your water bottle and it's delicious water. Like, it's fresh mountain water and it's so cold and so good. Right behind me is Staubbach Falls. We really like this one because it's free and you can climb up the waterfall and walk behind it. So that's what we're gonna do. You can see the little trail right here. We're gonna go all the way up.
I love waterfalls, especially the ones off of a cliff.
This hike might be short, but it is steep.
All incline.
It is just climbing straight up.
Getting the calves worked out. I'm ready to walk down this tunnel.
We are at the very end of the trail, as you can see here by this rock wall. This is a great view of the valley, and you can see some of the water coming down and hear it. It's just kind of a cool experience to get to walk up behind this waterfall. All of the water right here makes it so slick on the ground, so just be careful that you don't slide down the rest of the way instead of walk down it.
It's kind of trippy though, because I'm like sitting here thinking it's raining like as a whole, but it's just on the side of the mountain, but it looks like it's raining. Honestly, one of the best views of the Lauterbrunnen Valley that you can just hike to. A small little hike for a very satisfying view with the waterfall and the mountains and the little Lauterbrunnen houses. You got to do this. Coming down.
Coming down.
Down into the abyss we go.
This is the tunnel where we came from, and I didn't realize how steep it was until we're coming back down. It's like a straight drop down. Like actually like fresh made. Like he just made these.
What does it taste like?
What a donut should taste like. That's delicious. We are currently training to Grindelwald, so we came down from Lauterbrunnen to Zweilüscheinen.
Dumped out my little chip bag that I suddenly realized was for Kinder, aka children, and I got a llama tattoo. I just have a really big passion for llama music. They're just so creative when they hit the beats and stretch his neck. Fat llama, I don't know if you can see it. Skinny llama.
To continue our rainy day, we have decided to come up to Harder Kulm. This is a funicular that starts in Interlaken. It comes up to kind of like a viewing point of the city. And this actually usually costs around 50 franc. But with our passes, it's free, it's included. So we thought we had to do it before we left. Usually back there, you can see Eiger, Monk, and Jungfrau. Right now it's clouded over, but the views up here are still amazing. Really nice viewpoint. I don't know if I'd pay 50 franc for it, but it being included in the pass, it's a great deal. It's very beautiful. I love being able to actually see the top of the mountains. There's actually been some form of a funicular coming up here since 1908. They've obviously redone it a couple times. The funicular now is pretty new, but the steepest grade it goes is 62%. So that's like right somewhere in here. It's a very steep funicular. It's really cool. We're getting fondue.
Oh yes, we're getting fondue because, you know, when in Switzerland.
Tonight we've come to Baron, which is an adorable chalet-style restaurant on the north side of Interlaken with history dating back to 1674. So they've actually restored it to kind of how it originally looked. So it's like a little cabin. We ordered fondue, and she started bringing out all the different pieces of our fondue. So we have our fire here, we have our plates, and our fondue forks. Has arrived. We got multiple sides. We got pears, potatoes, onions, gherkins, and tomatoes. I'm gonna just try the bread because it's the most traditional. So you're supposed to just dip it in, twirl it around to unstick the cheese from the bottom. Oh shoot, I lost my bread. Okay. Yes. It's like aged cheese. Very strong. They mix some wine in it. It's very good. The history of fondue actually started from the 18th century in Switzerland when during the winter they needed their food to stretch through the last bit of winter. So they take their old bread, like the breadcrumbs and bread pieces, and take the last remaining amount of cheese they had, throw it into a pot, melt it together, and use their old bread to complete a whole entire meal, just whatever was left over. And now we have fondue.
This is the bottom side of the cheese that has been sitting there waiting for us the whole meal. That was so much cheese.
I think I'm cheese drunk. So it was 66 franc. This is the first time we're eating out in Switzerland. We knew we were gonna save it for fondue.
I don't know what we were thinking.
We have a 30-minute walk home.
Yes,
So
well,
the positive here is that we are walking off maybe 3% of the cheese.
it's true.